All right, now to a traffic alert for you. It's going to be a busy weekend across the region with what WashDOT calls a monster closure. It's now considered the biggest planned construction weekend of the year in the Puget Sound region, and the slowdowns will be widespread.
We're talking about closures of the 520 bridge, 405, Highway 167, and I-5 this weekend. Major construction projects on major highways. It's going to be a big headache for drivers.
Pretty much every major highway is going to be affected in some way, and it's not like we don't have a lot going on. The Climate Pledge Arena will be having the Kraken game, the Sounders and Rain at Play at Lumen Field. Team coverage ahead this morning. Shantae Sumter has your workarounds, but first, Savannah Welch live in Fife this morning, where one of those closures begins tonight. Good morning.
Good morning, Jake. Yeah, the message from WashDOT really is plan ahead because there are so many closures this weekend. That also includes this section of I-5 right here in Fife. Both lanes are expected to close overnight through the weekend starting tonight. So it'll be tonight and tomorrow night. Northbound lanes will close at 10:30 and southbound lanes at 11 o'clock. Now there are 5 total closures. Let's walk through the 3 major ones. So for the first one here in Fife, both directions of I-5 will close between Highway 18 and Federal Way and 54th Avenue East. Again, that's only overnight. It's the only closure that won't last through the entire weekend. The second closure will impact Highway 520. It stretches from I-5 in Seattle to 92nd Avenue Northeast and Clyde Hill on the east side. It will include all on and off ramps within that stretch. The third closure will affect traffic on northbound I-405. The northbound lanes in Renton will close from Sunset Boulevard Northeast to Coal Creek Parkway Southeast, and 5 on and off ramps will be impacted in that closure. Now, WashDOT says you can get around these closures. It'll just require some extra planning.
But it's really important for people to plan for that extra time, know that they're going to encounter closures and they're going to have to take detour routes, and so they need to be prepared for it.
Again, these are just 3 of the 5 closures, and the I-5 closure is the only overnight one, again, just to keep that in mind. The rest start tonight and will last through the weekend. WashDOT says that they'll all wrap up by 5 a.m. Monday morning for the start of the weekend or weekday morning commute. In Fife, Savannah Welch, King 5 News.
All right, thanks, Savannah. And our team coverage continues right now with Shantae tracking how you can get around all of these closures.
Well, Mimi, as we heard that WashDOT officials say, preparation is key. So in reference to the 3 closures that Savannah just mentioned, of course, with 520, you can use I-90 or 405 and go around. For the 405 closure, WashDOT will have a detour set up using Coal Creek Parkway and Sunset Boulevard. But as we know, with the amount of traffic that goes through 405, those roads will not be able to handle that, so you'll probably see a lot more people on I-5. And then if you are traveling into Fife overnight, you can use Highway 99. And then if you're going to any other area, you know, you have Highway 18 and some of those other roadways there. Something else to keep in mind, if you're in Kent or traveling through there this weekend, WashDOT will close southbound 167 from State Route 516 to South 277th Street. That will happen tonight at midnight until Monday morning. And then the Ballard Bridge, a closure is planned there for the weekend. That will start tonight at 10 and then wrap up at 5. This closure is happening by SDOT, but you can see a very busy weekend ahead. As for heading out right now, Mercer Street arm ramps also will close to I-5 for the weekend. But right now we're dealing with a crash on I-5 southbound in the express lanes. This is just north of Mercer Street. I'll give you another look at the drive times through this area coming up.